So it's cold outside, and we're gonna dye some discs since we can't go out and play disc golf. So welcome back to PoorBoy Disc Golf, and it's cold as I don't know what outside. I guess you could say colder than a well digger's butt in the middle of a blizzard or something like that, but whatever analogy you want to use, it's cold outside, and I'm not going out and playing disc golf. So I've got some discs to dye. I'm going to dye my hatchet that I picked up a while back and did the review for. I'm going to dye it for my personal in the bag. I've got a Capri from Divergent Disc. I'm going to try to do a black dye on. And then I've got a Quest T-Bone that I'm going to try to experiment with. I haven't ever dyed this plastic, so we're going to try to dye it with a glue dye. Maybe just a simple black glue dye, and hopefully it works out. So hope y'all enjoy the video, and let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to take some cotton pads and some acetone, and we're going to wipe all the dirt and oil off the fingers and hands off the disc and try to get it all clean. We'll do that with every disc. Try to leave the stamp intact on these because I kind of like the stamps on them. You want to be really careful with the West Side disc. All Trilogy disc will come off really easily. Alright, so we're going to take some Elmer's clear glue, same stuff they use in all the classrooms. We're going to pour it into this old Frisbee that I have. We're going to let it basically like level out. Then I take a torch, and it's a butane torch, and I use it on top and kind of heat up the glue to get all the air bubbles out. The less bubbles, the better. Now I'm taking my dye. It is basically I dye poly black with some acetone, and I use an eyedropper. Now in the cup is straight acetone, and that's to clean the eyedropper after each time I get done with a color, or after I get done per disc. I like to make some kind of design with the puddles where I want all my color to be. Basically just making like some kind of black pattern with this, and I'm going to clean the eyedropper, make sure that the dye is put up. Then I'm going to take a bamboo skewer stick and make a design. Go around and make whatever kind of design, whatever you want, and then I'm going to hit it with the butane torch again to get all the air bubbles out again. And then after all the air bubbles are done, we're going to lay the disc in real slow and careful to make sure that you don't splash the glue or anything. Now we're basically going to be repeating the same. I've already got my glue in the Frisbee. You know, I like to use old Frisbees. The flat ones are the best. It's better because some of them do have it's kind of a raised edge around the edges, and those are kind of good for lotion dyes, but as far as glue, not so much. Now this design that I'm going to do is my first time doing it. I'm kind of going to do a pattern over a pattern. Basically what I did is I used the skewer stick, you know, to kind of draw it out just a little bit, and then I'm going to use a straw to blow a little bit more of the dye outward, so it kind of looks like a, you know, like a squid had inked the disc, or, you know, something like that. I just try to do something new and see how it goes, and I'm hoping that it really turns out good. You know, filming this, you never know how a dye job is going to go. the dye could be smoky, it could be runny. The disc could have moved in the glue and messed it up. But yeah, if you want to move dye around in the glue, it's really cool to use a straw. You always want to make sure you get all the bubbles out with your torch, and then just set the disc in real nice and easy. Alright, so we're on to the last disc. This one I'm going to be using black and blue, and I'm going to try to do a layer. I'm going to put my darkest layer first, which is the black. Kind of make a design with it first, and I was trying to get maybe like a two-tone layered effect out of this. I didn't really know how it was going to go or anything, but yeah, I take the straw and I kind of push it out a little bit and try to push the dye as much as I can out without, losing all the color. Because I knew that I was going to do a double layer dye. I knew that I could get away with, making it messy and just having some fun with it. And then I'm going to take the blue out, which made the blue a little bit darker. I just added some more dye poly to it. That way it would make it a little bit darker. That way it would show up on the disc, since it is a mint green disc that I'm using. But yeah, I'm going to take my straw that I used, and I'm just going to swirl it around in the glue and make some kind of cool pattern. It's basically just freehand it, basically. No rhyme or reason to it. And then I'm going to hit it with the torch. Now this one took a little bit longer to torch than the other ones because there was so many air bubbles. I mean, this thing was just littered with them because I'd used the straw and I'd used and swirled it on. But I'm going to set the disc in real nice and easy and wait 3 days. Alright, so it's been 3 days, and I usually let my glue dyes set for 3 or 4 days. Just depends on if I forget about them or not. I try to at least 3 days. That way the dye can, soak through and be really good. Well, the 3 discs turned out really good, except for one. Apparently, I didn't know, but Quest disc, you can buy these at wondergrow.com, but the T-bone does not take dye. Who would have known? I think it might have if I got it maybe in a lotion dye and left it for like a week maybe, but it didn't do anything. Like you can see, it's still red as can be, and it did not take. As soon as the glue started to come off, the dye just came off with it. So apparently these don't dye. So that's what the fun about dyeing is. You find out which ones can dye and which ones can't. But the Divergent Capri turned out really nice. It turned out really good. Now, I know that this plastic, it will fade. It looks good, though. I kind of got some smokiness, like right here, and there's a couple other places. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. See if I can get some different angles on it, But yeah, it turned out really good. I love it with that blue foil stamp behind it. Looks really good. It kind of looks orange on camera, but it's really a red disc. So, yeah, I'm always happy with Divergent disc. The only problem with Divergent disc is this dye will eventually bleed through. I've got some marker there, but it will eventually bleed through. I do know. Well, it might not. This is my first time dyeing one of these using a glue method. The only other method I've always done is the lotion dye. So I don't know. This might bleed through. It might fade. You never know. So I'm going to be keeping this one. And this is a really cool approach disc for me. And it gives a little bounce at the end of that. And I love this for a roller disc. So I'll keep y'all posted if the dye does bleed through the back, or if it does fade. But the piece of resistance is this hatchet from Westside Disc. This thing turned out amazing, and I mean, I'm so proud of it. I consider it a double layer. The first layer was black and everything, and then I added some blue on top of it, so that way it looks like it's behind the black. Or, yeah, it looks like it's behind the black or in front of it. I don't know which, but man, it turned out good. Man, look at this. Man, look at that. Oh, this thing turned out really good. It's got a purple foil stamp to begin with, so you can still read it. You can still read the flight numbers, what plastic is. Now, this is in the VIP Air plastic, and man, does it look good. You can see the blue, you can see the black. Now, it's originally like a mint green disc. So, yeah, it turned out really good. I'm really happy about this. I am so happy about this. This turned out phenomenal. You know, it's the first time I've ever done where I put the black down and then I made a pattern. Then I went with the blue and did another pattern on top of it. So, yeah, this is really cool how I did that one. But yeah, all of them, well, the two came out good. And then the T-bone just didn't come out at all. Yeah, it was the stubborn one. You know, I'm even surprised that the logo didn't even come off. Like, it's still silver and bright. And, yeah, I figured the acetone would have ate it off, but no. But yeah, I'm real happy with these. You know, if y'all ever want to go out and try your hand at dyeing, just go do it. You know, you never know what you might come up with. You might come up with something really cool, something a little funky, something that only you like. That's okay. It's your disc. You want to dye it? Go for it. You know, I love dyeing disc and everything. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And as always, this is PoorBoy reminding you to play the sport and grow the sport that is disc golf. Thanks for watching.